That's triple.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm downtown. I'm closer to downtown. So I want to say that as well. It doesn't have to be in the ski zones.
All right, welcome to Utah Business Spotlight. I am Peter Anthony, your host. I'm super excited today. I'm with my friend Tiffany Barnes. She is Queen Bee, B-E-E, properties.com. Man, she's crushing it in the Airbnb space. She teaches Airbnb. She manages Airbnbs. She helps you learn how to decorate your Airbnb. And she helps you learn how to acquire Airbnbs. She is a savant. You need to know her. Utah needs to know her. She's killing it. And she's one of my favorite persons with the prettiest eyes. Their eyes are so colorful and beautiful. And I just like, oh my God, I want to keep looking at her. Tiffany, welcome.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. We're excited about Queen Bee. It's really cool. I know you're moving forward in a lot of different ways. Tell us a little about it right now so that you can brag on yourself and I can edify you.
Sure. Well, I've been doing this about a decade, and I continue to do it because I love it. I found something that's really idiot-proof, if you will, something that people can tap into.
Something that I can even do then.
Anybody can do it, yes, if you just follow the plan that I've set forth for people. So.
Oh, cool. So there's a plan. Give us a quick summary. What's the plan? Like, what are the components of the plan that I should be worried about? Isn't Airbnb just I buy something and I rent it?
Not necessarily. There's a lot of, actually, no, I shouldn't say not necessarily. There's a lot of moving parts to an Airbnb to make it successful. I have people that come to me that are already Airbnb-ing their properties and they're not seeing the revenue that they would want to see. So I kind of come in and help them maximize their profits. And
well, that's the key.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I've seen so many, because it's a business.
Yeah.
You know, you're buying this piece of property and then it becomes its own business. And here's what most people don't know how to do is how do I book that? How do I get people in? How do I manage it properly? How do I not lose money? How do I get it cleaned? How do I get it rehabbed? How do I decorate it? What happens when people steal stuff? What happens, like what should my insurance look like? What are my fixed costs? What should I be charging? There's a lot, it would seem to me, that would go into managing that piece of business.
Absolutely.
And that's what you're an expert at.
Yep.
Right.
That's my field for sure.
Yeah. So one of the things that I think you offer is you're offering management of all of the properties. So I could take my property, I bought this property, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm in way over my head. Can you help me manage that?
Absolutely.
So what would that look like?
Well, first I want to go in and kind of take a diagnostic, if you will, of your property, meaning, do you have the right sheets? Do you have the right places for people to plug their phones in?
Sheets?
Yes.
Are important?
Sheets, beds, the mattresses are huge.
Really?
That's a huge foundational piece of getting repeat bookings and getting 5-star ratings.
Oh, man, I never thought about that, but I would imagine now that I'm thinking about it, of course, it's where you're going to sleep and you want to feel anything but scratchy.
Exactly. Here in Utah, we have a lot of people that hit the slopes, so they want that good rest so they can hit the slope again the next day and feel rested and have that luxury feel in the bed, but also feel, like I say, very well rested, wake up and have a nice cup of coffee on us, maybe some water for the drive up as well. I mean, just little things that we do that really kind of set the tone for a person's vacation.
I love that. And so if someone came to you and they had an Airbnb in the area and they wanted to pull it off of their books and let you manage it, that's something you could do with confidence and excellence, which I love.
Yes.
So that's really cool. And I know you also have a course out that you're teaching these things because Airbnb fascinates me, and I'm sure Airbnb fascinates you, because when I can buy a piece of property and sort of create some sort of a residual low impact income, I don't mind making the investment.
Correct.
So Airbnb offers that?
Not Airbnb itself. Obviously, that's something that I offer to people. So, whether it's they already have a property, like I say, and they want me to come in and kind of do a diagnostic of, okay, where can we make more money or how can we implement better sheets, towels? There's so many different elements to this. Even just the ease of getting into a property.
So talk to me, that's what I was asking, and I probably asked it in the wrong way. So you can teach me how to get into owning a property that I Airbnb.
Correct.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So your course teaches me how to acquire a property. I would imagine there's a lot that goes into it because some of the properties today are pretty expensive. Is it possible to Airbnb something that I bought in, let's say, Park City?
I think it really depends on what your overhead is, right? So the majority of my clients own their homes free and clear. So everything that they make is just, they don't have that note to cover.
So it's cash
if
flow.
you will. Yeah. So it may have already been a long-term rental. They had a lot of bad tenants in there. They got tired of being a landlord. So now they want to convert it over to a short-term rental.
I have clients for you.
Nice.
And here's the thing, guys. What you might not know is she just solved a problem. I have clients and I have friends who would be a perfect client for you because they own properties free and clear. They're right outside of the ski zone, so they're in those parts of right between, Sandy-ish Brighton. So you're just that shot up to Brighton, Cottonwood Canyon. And they just own these homes, and their tenants are driving them bananas. But they have no notes on the home, so it's all cash flow.
Right.
So you can take something like that and Airbnb it, and then they don't have banana tenants. They just have banana people that you manage.
And the thing about it too, and when I kind of converted to this, because I was a landlord, that's how I got into short-term rentals, is I was that person. I had to do evictions and get people out of the home.
The worst.
Yeah,
it's so brutal.
It's not my personality. I don't love to do it. So I said, why don't I try short-term rentals? But the short-term rental game, you have so much control, if you will, where you're literally seeing the property after every guest checks out, as opposed to somebody stays in your home for a year and they could say they're very clean and their references could be great, but we oftentimes see that that's not the case.
Oh, and they're really using the home
Right.
versus staying in the home. So when you're using the home, you're kind of, if you have a pet, it's like, oh, little Joey, made a mistake, and then you realize that little Joey only makes a mistake once every 2 weeks. Well, it's 26 mistakes a year, right? That
Right.
little tiny four-legged Joey made, right?
Yeah.
And you're there for 3 years. That's a lot of mistakes.
Correct.
And you, as the owner, now you have to kind of rehab where little Joey used to live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you're pulling out carpets. You got to have money set aside every time a tenant moves out and get it ready for the next one.
Right.
Where
Brutal.
you don't have that with Airbnb. There's vetting from my side of things when I'm, asking a guest why they're coming into town, how many people, so on and so forth. But in addition to that, you have coverages from Airbnb itself.
So if Utah homeowners who own their homes outright that are in the ski zone, they can all become Airbnb short-term rentals. Will they make more money than a monthly rental?
In my opinion, yes, from what I've seen. Just on my own property that I own, I was going from $1,500 a month. Now I'm about $5,000 a month during ski season.
That's triple.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm downtown. I'm closer to downtown. So I want to say that as well. It doesn't have to be in the ski zones. We have a lot of people that come here for our convention center. And, if you're close to downtown, I'm a 7-minute drive where my property is and a 7-minute drive to the airport as well. It's constantly booked because of the location.
That's super, super cool.
Yeah.
And we're always telling people, because I know that I've seen some of your work from design-wise, and it always looks cool and special and different and unique. And we have people who just want to do like their podcast in a new environment. And they'll rent an Airbnb for a day on an off day, right? And you are the one who told me, if you can get your off days up, you're going to make even more money because everybody wants to rent something, let's say, Friday through Sunday. Right? But if you can get a Monday or a Tuesday in there once in a while, those bookings are just cash flow, right?
Right.
And they're super low impact. So we love Airbnb because it's a change of background, right? So you're having a cup of coffee, you're in this new kitchen, and they're generally kind of really pretty homes with pretty outdoors, and they create these great spaces for you to share a message.
Yeah.
So I really like that.
Inviting and cozy.
Inviting and cozy. Yeah,
Right.
and that's what you want your podcast or your social media to be, inviting and cozy, and you want to always change background. So I think using them for that. How many Airbnbs do I need to use your management company? Do I need more than one? Can I put my one in to your...
It can be one. It can be multiples. I have owners that I do 5 for them. I have some owners I just do 1. I have some owners where they travel for their work. They're a traveling nurse. So when they go out on a contract, I Airbnb their house out. So they're making money rather than their house just sitting there.
That's it. And the traveling nurses make bank.
Yes.
Holy cow, they're double dipping because they're getting a fee. Oh, wow. Yes, we should all be traveling nurses. That would be very, very cool. I love it. So what's the problem that you solve when I come to you for management that I don't even, that's not in the facts and figures? So when I read your marketing material, it's going to say, we're going to take over the property, we're going to help you redecorate it, we're going to help you become more cash flow, we're going to read the data. But when I start doing business with you, I'm excited, but it's not for any of those things. What's something that you feel that you wish people knew about what working with you would be like that just didn't wind up in your marketing?
I think the biggest thing is just what I bring to the table as far as a boutique service. So every client is different, if that makes sense, in the sense that their property is going to have a different need than the next property. So I make it very hands-off for you, but making it so you're maximizing your dollars.
Got it. So those are two distinct facts. Mm-hmm. What are the result of those facts? And this is for everybody who wants to market their business. So for you, it's hands-off. Mm-hmm. So what's the result to me? So that's what I'm buying. I'm buying my freedom, and that's what needs to wind up in the market. So I'm going to buy back my freedom, and my freedom is going to actually become more profitable. It's more profitable for me to be free than hands-on.
True.
And when I get to buy back my freedom and make more money, I totally want to do it.
True, yeah.
And when you're looking at marketing pieces, we always want to start with, how is a person going to feel? What it is they're really asking for, or they're really getting. And I think you just nailed it, man. They're getting a piece of freedom that didn't exist prior. Because if I'm working on something that I don't truly understand, and I'm not truly an expert in, then it's taking more of my time, effort, and energy
to figure it out.
Unless I intend to be an expert in Airbnb, then I probably should just outsource it, because then I get all the things that were promised: the freedom, the time, and the cash flow.
Right.
And those are the things that you supply.
I think it's hard for me to answer that question because I am terrible at marketing, to be frank with you. All of my business comes to me word of mouth, and it's just through the service I've already provided to others. I haven't had to do a lot of marketing.
And that's because
that's why I need to hire someone like you, right? Because I'm not good at it.
That's the truth is, you've got the one thing that makes it easier for marketers, right? Because most marketers come to businesses that are dying, not thriving.
Sure.
Right? Because it's like, you serve bad pizza, you have terrible service, and you're in a crappy location. So you're going to come to me and say, Peter Anthony, make me money. It's like, I serve terrible pizza, I'm a terrible employer, I have terrible service, and I'm in a crappy neighborhood. And then, of course, I'm going to want to try to save you, but I can't.
Yeah.
The best businesses for us are people who are like, okay, cool, we do a great job, we're totally word of mouth, but we still need to scale. We're not scaling fast enough because word of mouth is very slow. But everybody seems to love us, and these are the reasons why. Because we give people back, and you don't know what you give people back, but you give back their freedom, and you increase their revenue. So I get more money and more time. These are two things that I never receive, right? And because I've bought my time back, I can now do the other things because I become addicted to you. If I can get more time and more money, I'm going to go acquire more properties.
Right.
And the more properties I acquire, the more money I get to do with the free time that I want, or even in the time I'm spending that time where I love I'm spending that time in my zone. And that's what I think that you do. And on the flip side, the other thing I think you do is you're providing something that's really important as we transition to AI. This becomes really the third question of today. In the transition of AI, what I love about what you do, Tiffany, is you're sharing with people a new path. Is it possible to replace an income with Airbnb rentals?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, right? So I would say hands down, of course it's possible. It's actually probable, right? If you do it right, if I follow your instruction and I have you help me acquire, design, and manage the properties, I'm definitely going to start to move in a better direction, right? Nothing is guaranteed, so we're not guaranteeing that anybody's going to make money, but I've got a better shot.
Right.
And in that, if I do a series of properties, if one property makes me $5,000 a month, well, 3 would make me 15.
Right.
You know, and if 15,000 a month in cash flow helps replace my income, then I need 3 properties to replace my income. And now that I'm sitting here doing the math, what an incredible retirement subsidy for people who are my age, in the 58 to 70, right, who are looking to subsidize their Social Security or subsidize their retirement package, right? A really strong idea behind that would be to acquire a piece of property that you can cash flow, but cash flow at a higher rate than just a rental.
Right. And you're getting the appreciation on top of it as the property is in your portfolio.
You're getting the appreciation, so you're getting it. So you still receive the triple net, right? So you receive if you're using a mortgage, right? If you're using a mortgage back, so you can make the cash flow, you can pay down the debt, which pays directly to you, but the renter's paying down your debt. So the first is cash flow, second is pay down the debt, third is appreciation.
Yeah.
Right? And simultaneously, because that house becomes a business, you simultaneously get a depreciation on the taxes.
Yep. And you can cost segregate sometimes too. So yeah.
Oh, cost segregate. That's a fancy term.
Yeah. You don't know cost segregate?
I do, but I like when you say fancy terms.
Okay.
Right? Because that means you're going to share fancy terms in your education. I love that.
Yeah.
And you're a savant. You know I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan. I'm too big a fan of yours. I think what you're doing with Airbnb is perhaps the most interesting play in Utah right now, especially for people in my age bracket, where they can access their 401k, acquire a piece of property, put that property under management, have the 401k hold it, and cash flow through the 401k so that you drive the money back to the 401k, which means it goes in tax deferred, right? Obviously,
yeah,
check
you do
with
like
your
a self-directed IRA.
Yeah,
I've done that myself.
Right. So now you're keeping all that cash flow tax free.
Right.
Or tax deferred. It's not really tax free.
And if you look, I've taught people this. If you know the rule of 72, where it shows you how long it takes you to double your current investment strategy, right?
Sure.
So if you have it in a 401k or a Roth or wherever, if you do the math on that, it's pretty sickening sometimes how long it can take to double your money, where you can do that pretty easily through an investment like an Airbnb.
Yeah, I mean, it's generally about 7.8% that you have to make on your money to double it every 6 to 7 years.
Right.
Right, 7.8 or 7.9. It's something in there. So you just have to find that right now. So obviously the banks are terrible. Obviously, funds that are paying you 4%, you're losing your life savings by leaving it in the fund.
Yeah.
So you want something and that's why I love this whole triple net idea, right? Because you can leverage a small part of it, and that's just gonna increase your equity. And then I love, because I'm an entrepreneur, so I probably love buying other assets with it to keep in your self-directed, and getting a second and a third Airbnb so that you can build your Airbnb empire. I'm going to be building an Airbnb empire. You watch. Tiffany's the one. She's going to build it with me. It's going to be like Peter Anthony. I'm going to teach you how to acquire it. I'm going to teach you how to design it. I'm going to teach you how to manage it. And then when you realize that you don't like management, I'm going to manage it for you.
Right.
That's it, man.
And I do have clients that come my way too. I've done about 3 or 4 of these this year, where they want to sell off an Airbnb to maybe buy an apartment complex or something that they want to Airbnb. So because I hold a real estate license, I'm able to kind of tap into that too, help them sell their Airbnb as a furnished property to another person who's looking to get into the business.
I just saw something like that on maybe it was Marketplace. $4 million, 26 doors, 26 bedrooms, 30 bathrooms, something like that. It was a whole unit for only $4 million.
Right.
And I was doing the math, and I was like, wow, 4 million, 26. If I can get 1,500 a unit, I'm going to be able to about 41,000. I'm going to float probably 33. I was like, oh, maybe I should do it now. I was like, but I don't have your technical prowess on it, so I'll bring that to you and let you see it.
Okay.
What's the easiest way to get in touch with you so that people can start learning more about Airbnb and be part of the queenbeeproperties.com network?
Well, my website's one place, queenbeeproperties.com. There is a contact me button on there.
Cool.
Or you can just text me. I don't know if I should get my phone number out across the interwebs.
I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't.
So I'd say go to the queenbeeproperties.com.
Go to queenbeeproperties.com.
Do the contact me, and you'll see some of my portfolio on there. So it's a little mixture of my real estate, but also what I do for Airbnbs.
Cool. I love it. What's your favorite thing about Airbnb?
My favorite thing about Airbnb is it's real estate. I've been doing real estate for 20 plus years. I feel like I was born for it. And it's just the fact that it's real estate in some capacity, I love that. So.
I love it too.
Yeah.
This is Utah Business Spotlight. I'm Peter Anthony. I'm your host. I'm with Tiffany Barnes. QueenBeeProperties.com, man. Go there, give her some love, share it. But if you're thinking about doing something to subsidize, I really, I'm bullish on Airbnb. I think it's great. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you later. Like, subscribe, share, and make a negative comment about my hair. It's the end of the day, man. I'm getting old. I need to hear your feedback.